Hey people, welcome back to One Space Fitness and to a very brand new episode of Wellness. So as you can see on the whiteboard behind me, today's topic is going to be very interesting, friends. It's based upon my 7 years of research on corporate levels and how they can increase their revenues and profits in the company. So this video is particularly for all the supervisors, all the CEOs and company owners. You should see this video because this can actually help you to increase the profits in your company. So what I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to talk about number crunching, I'm not going to talk about statistics of the company, no. What I'm going to talk about, friends, is a very simple thing that is known as sleep. So friends, in my previous videos, I have always emphasized that sleep is a very important component of a human performance. So what happens is that, we often applaud the CEOs or the supervisors of the company who stay on the email till 1 a.m. and then go to the offices and reach offices by 6 a.m. in the morning, and we say that this is the kind of attitude that is required for the success. But alas, this is far away from truth, my dear friends. This is not the truth. So what exactly happens when your employees are not sleeping? So if I was to address a shareholder of the company and say that you're losing around $50 million of revenue in a year, and I'll say to them that I have a way so you can earn these $50 million in a year additional. So all of them would be very interested. Now, there are various key components, key parameters. There are various key parameters of which an employee is judged. Now, it's based upon the goal accomplishment, how many revenue he has generated throughout the month, how creative he is. But when we analyze these things, that all the revenue generation, all the creativity, it comes down to ultimately human traits. Now, what exactly are these human traits? So these are creativity. Okay, first thing, how creative is the employee, to close the deal, how alert he is, how logical he is, how analytical he is, and all the things come down to one simple component, that is brain. Now, if your employee's brain is fatigued, it's right now crushed under sleep, he would not be able to perform. Now, as an employer, you are spending so much money on training of the employee, to give him benefits and enhancing his skills. What happens when he's not able to perform because of lack of sleep? So the employee would not be interested in doing his job. His all attention would be how to get a job done in the simplest way possible. There would be no creativity in that. He would not be making much more logical decisions. And friends, it's often been proved that employees who are under sleep pressure make tremendous amount of mistakes. Now friends, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया that I have spent a lot of time at corporate level that's approximately 7 years. So what exactly happens when you are under sleep, and let's say you're working in a bank? So a single wrong transaction can have an impact on you as a manager, on the employee, and on the bank as well. So this is a very big thing. Now, if you all remember correctly, what happened at Chernobyl disaster, the nuclear power plant that was disastrous. What exactly happened was that there were overslept employees, there were underslept employees that hadn't slept in past 3 to 4 days, and this led to Chernobyl nuclear disaster. So these are the kind of disasters that can occur if your employee is not well rested. Now let's go to the other hand, friends. What happens is when you as a supervisor or you as an employer are not getting efficient sleep. Now, the duty of me as a supervisor or duty of me as a company owner is to make logical decisions. Now, when you start a day and you are underslept, what exactly happens is that you start thrashing your employees. Now, if the employee is well rested, all his day would be thwarted because of the thrashing you gave him in the morning, because you were underslept. So it creates a negative loop. If the employer is underslept and the employee is underslept, this would lead to downfall in your revenues. Okay, your revenues would start to fall. Now, many of you people will say, okay, there's is the corporate culture today that, okay, sleep, if you get enough sleep, or if you don't get enough sleep, we're not concerned with that. What we are concerned is with your performance. But the performance would be coming down, particularly when your employee is well rested, when you are well rested. So make a logical decision. Tell your employees to follow a good sleep hygiene. And let me give you a certain example of the companies who do that. For example, Google has a relaxation or the sleeping pods in their offices. Nike spends a lot amount of money in educating their staff regarding how to sleep properly. So there was an article that I read where various employees in Bangalore were asking for certain relaxation rooms, or they were asking for certain amount of sleeping time in their jobs as well, which is absolutely fine. It has been proved that getting 20 minutes to 60 minutes of rest in a day improves your analytical and logical performances. It improves your creativity. So let me ask you this thing. If I say to you, my dear friend, that your company can make $50 million in addition to what you are making right now, wouldn't you make a logical decision of getting your employees the help they need to get effective sleep? Organize some seminars, okay? Educate them as to how to sleep properly, complete their complete their sleeping quota. Once their sleeping quota is complete, the employee will be much more refreshed. He would love his job rather than complain about it again and again. Your employee turnover, okay, would be very less, and people would still stick to the jobs and love doing what they do. So make a logical decision, okay? Organize these seminars and try tell your employees that it's not bad, to get a full night's sleep. We have to break this trend. अगर आपने ये trend break नहीं करा, it will still keep going on throughout the long period of time. And sleep inefficiency has been categorized in America as as an epidemic, because there is a lot of patients coming up in this field जहाँ पे they are having sleeping problems, and the same trend can be seen in India as well. So this is for all the supervisors and company owners. Please make an initiative. Try and tell your employees to get sufficient sleep, and I believe and I effectively believe that their key performance parameters would improve and they would effectively enjoy doing their job. That is what is required. If you stop enjoying your job, then it becomes a burden. So help your employees to help yourself, my dear friends. This is all for today. This is Gagan signing out.